3 years I have spent in Malaysia, and today, that is going to end. I have made a decision. We are going to resign, and we are going to hope that we can land the job that we eyed up just last episode in Bangladesh. Hassan, the president, wants me to stay. I got some bad news for him. Now, I know what you're thinking, Jack. What if you don't now get the job that you applied for last episode? That job, of course, being the Bashantara King's job. The answer is, we'll panic. I am pretty confident we're going to get this job. I'm going to run the intro, and hopefully they're giving me a call before their cup quarter-final, because I'd quite like to do that match today. It's the Journeyman. I'm unemployed. Let's run the intro and get straight into things. For those of you new to the series and the channel, this is the Journey Manager. We're trying to get back to London before my son Mark retires. We started in Singapore, moved to Malaysia, and now we are 5 years into this save game, and I've got my next job. And that job is with Bashantara Kings. Yes, the former Bangladesh champions of many, many years have had a few rough years despite a media prediction of first. I'm going to be the man to try and turn them around. And well, for you first-time viewers, allow me to introduce you to the map. This is the map that plots out our managerial adventure. Winning the top flight of a country is worth 1,000 points. Winning cup competitions and secondary divisions earns us 500 miles. We currently have 2,000 miles in the bank, and we're about to spend a whole lot to move to Bangladesh. And well, we are moving to the Bashantara Arena, which is this patch of grass here. This is my new home. And if I click on this centered piece of the hallowed turf, our miles have been spent. 1,600 of them, might I add. Of course, the aim is to get back to home and win a Premier League winners medal for my son before he retires. We're a little closer to that. There's still a long way to go in this adventure, though, isn't there? This new job, though, is a massive opportunity. Really good wage budget. Not an increase in my own salary, I have to admit, but we're getting closer to where we need to be. Sadly, this deal is only 16 months long, but I need to get closer to home. This is an amazing opportunity to do just that. And here we are. We have been introduced as the manager. We lifted the Singapore Premier League title once upon a time with Albirex. And well, now we find ourselves at the team that were predicted to finish first in Bangladesh and are currently in a relegation scrap. Yeah, they have a great team. They do need improving. Now, if you were wondering, the cup competition I wanted to come and manage them in has already happened. I actually don't know what the score was. All I know is it was going to happen yesterday, and they won. Wow, they won on penalties, which means we jumped straight into the Independence Cup semi-final. That would be some pretty nice silverware early on, wouldn't it? So in terms of the finances, Bashantara has some really, really healthy bank statements. You can see here, over £500,000 in the bank. They're actually underspending on the wage budget by over £3,000. I will set that right when I can. Sadly, for those of you unfamiliar with the Bangladesh Premier League, which I'm going to assume is probably 99% of us, there is a transfer window in April, and there's a transfer window between the 29th of October and the 12th of December. They are some of the most random dates ever for a transfer window. The mid-season transfer window is 10 days long. But crucially, through the magic of the in-game editor, I wish there was actual magic, Mark, our son, gets to join us now. Welcome to Bangladesh, Mark. It has given him here a wage of £1,200 a week. I am now going to set that in line with the highest earner at the club, because that is too much money. He's good, and he probably is worth that much money. I don't want my son bankrupting the team. And of course, for those of you new to the save game, if you're not familiar with Mark, he can play everywhere to an adequate level. He was actually a worse footballer, would you believe it, when we started this save game. But in Bangladesh, I think he's going to be an absolute star. There's actually part of me thinking maybe this is the time to train him as a striker and, well, make him our main goal-scoring threat. Oh, and one other bit we've got to do as part of this save game is add a new nation. Yes, every single country we travel through, we give him the nationality. It helps with some of the registration rules, but also it's fun just to keep track of where we've been so far. It is worth noting he did score his first ever international goal against Bangladesh for Singapore. I hope the people here have learnt to forgive him for that. Now, in Bangladesh, you're only allowed to register a squad of 25 players, and I have noticed in our team currently that there's loads of players here that just aren't registered, and they can't be registered. And well, if I get rid of those players, in terms of players I've got registered right now, there's 20 players here. Who are the other players registered at the club? It's these 5 players here. Well, they should probably not be in the youth team, shouldn't they? I was a little bit worried we only have 1 goalie. We do now have 3, although Hassan here is comfortably the best. He's very good. His contract runs out at the end of September. Would he sign a new deal? No. Now, I will say, when you look at the players in the squad sorted by ability, all the best players are defenders and the goalie. And I can't play with 6 goalies. Mark, you're going to have to learn to play striker, I think. Now, just to set the scene a little here at Bashantara, they're currently down in 8th place, but you can see there is a couple of teams narrowly ahead of them. They're actually only 5 points from the drop. Granted, they have got a game in hand. When we interviewed for this job in our previous episode, I think they were closer to the bottom. Now, in the season preview, they were predicted to win the league, and they've just not lived up to that billing, which is kind of interesting. That makes me think I should be able to do something good here. The other thing that makes me feel like I should be able to do something good here is the fact that Hassan, the goalie, is in the Media Dream 11, as is Hossein, Dos Santos, Badshah, and also Miazoni. Yeah, all of these players, they're in our team, and they look, well, I was going to say they look good. I'll be honest, they look awful, but I've never managed in Bangladesh before. Apparently, this is what the league's best centre mids look like. Now, of all the players in our ranks, Dos Santos really catches the eye. 15 jumping reach at this level could be massive. I think in Football Manager especially, you do tend to have in Asia smaller players that just have lower jumping reach just because of how Football Manager does attribute. Players like Dos Santos that can be weapons from set pieces, they are my cup of tea. Now, our first game in charge is in 2 days' time. It's actually against a team who are tied with points on us, but with worse goal difference. It's the kind of game you look at and go, we should win that. I am going to quickly block out a starting 11 and try and evaluate the squad. I am concerned that there are not many good attackers. Now, I will just say, if you're excited for this new club and this new chapter, go down below, show some support on the series, become an algorithm ultra, and leave a like and a comment. Yeah, it does help support the videos. There's a brand new, Club 1 on the thumbnail of the video. It's a video that we can get pushed into the algorithm and get people watching. And if you are one of those people who gets it pushed to you, and you've got to this point in the video, welcome! Subscribe for more Football Manager. I've been trying to work out when it comes to this team, why have they been struggling this year? And to be honest, there isn't really an obvious weakness. This is a team that is very strong on paper. I think all that's really happened is they've just not got a lot of balance to their team. They've got all these great defenders, but not many players going forward. I suppose that's evident when you look at the league table. 16 games played, only 16 goals. They've only actually conceded 18, which is nothing to scoff at, but just drawing too many games and without goals, you're not going to win enough matches of football. There are 2 cup competitions, the Independence Cup we are still in. In terms of the league season, well, 24 games a season. The final game of the season, if you were wondering, is, if I just sort it this way so you guys can see it behind my head, it's at the end of August. So we're already right at the tail end of the season, which I suppose is good for us because looking at the current board expectations, it does say for the end of the current season they want a mid-table finish and to win the Independence Cup and do all this other stuff. I have a feeling because we've just joined, actually, these expectations don't really exist. To reach the latter stages of the AFC Cup would be quite the challenge because the final's already been played. Unless we're in it next year. Which I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. And I mean, Bashantara are a kind of interesting team. They're only founded in 2013, but in that time they've won in this save game 6 Bangladesh Premier Leagues. They won the Federation Cup twice. 3 times. They've won the Independence Cup twice. This is a team that makes a habit of winning. I definitely feel like this is a great opportunity to get 500 miles of winning cup competitions and definitely 1,000 miles of winning the league, hopefully next year. That is what I'm targeting immediately. I do want to make Mark captain at some point. Given the fact we've just arrived, we're not going to rock the boat too much too soon. Well, good news, I've hit continue a few times. The board are delighted I've achieved 2 of the objectives laid out for this season. Good job, me. I don't understand why this has popped up. Let's not question it. Okay, big moment. Time to introduce myself to the squad. Worth noting that the team leader in Hussein here, captain, currently injured. I'd like to talk about our aims for the rest of the campaign. Top half is the aim. They think that's realistic. I'm not going to get too ambitious. Top half would be very good from where we are right now. All the players absolutely love that. I'm not really going to overcomplicate things here. What I will say is the dressing room atmosphere for a team that's doing really poorly is super positive. My support, on the other hand, is a little bit lacking. Our first game of the season is tomorrow. I have a formation. I think I have a plan too. I'm not that confident. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jack, you're playing a 4-2-3-1, you're boring. And I'll admit it, I am boring, but I need to get this team firing. There's not a load of striking options, only really one attacker was the option we could go with. And I have so many defenders and defensive mids, I kind of need to play a 4 at the back with 2 defensive mids. Otherwise, I don't really feel like I'm making the most of this team. Now, as already mentioned, Captain Hussein is currently out injured. He actually had a fitness test, which you can see here, which he didn't even participate in. He is not ready for today's game, but when he is ready to play, he will be starting for us. In goal, we have Hassan, who's in the Media Dream 11. I need to sort out his contract situation, and in fact, if I just sort the team by contracts, you can see here, there are so many players who are quite good with contracts expiring that I could do with sorting, one of which is Zonny, who is our amazing defensive mid for this level. Love his physicals. Ignore the fact that for a defensive mid, he has got 3 strength. And the other man with a contract expiring is Badger. Now, Badger is naturally a centre-back, but I look at that free jumping reach, and I scream internally. He is going to be a stay-at-home right-back for us. Full-back on support is the role I've gone with. In at centre-back, we've got Mia, who is, a very quick centre-back. He is definitely more of a coverer. And for the first time, I think, in a video, at least in the last year on this channel, I am playing with a stopper and coverer centre-back partnership. Mia should not be going for headers. And on the other hand, Dos Santos probably should be going for headers. He's got a massive forehead. This guy is absolutely superb. I've kind of already bigged him up. Going to be really hoping he can contribute both defensively, but also maybe with some goals going forward. In the midfield, I've already talked about Zonny as the ball-winning midfielder, but we have got a more creative option in Agayi. Now, it is worth noting in Bangladesh you're allowed 5 foreign players in your squad of 25. We currently have 4 players. Team here, he might be the best of them. Yeah, the slots haven't really been used to their fullest potential. That is something I will look to set right in the summer. He is an interesting player here, Agayi. He's an Iranian youngster who's natural at defensive mid and centre attacking mid. He could do a job at centre attacking mid, but at least to kick things off for us, I am going to be trying to play him as a more deep-lying playmaker player. I feel like with 12 first touch and 14 passing, it'd probably be silly not to give him a chance there. Now, you will notice I am playing with Mark at Shadow Striker. I think this is a role that best suits him. I did weigh up playing him at Striker, but I've not trained him to play Striker yet. I feel like that is a route we can maybe go down, but I do wonder, if I play him as a Shadow Striker with a deep-lying forward in front, will he just be able to run the show? I mean, in terms of strikers, we're not blessed at this club. The 2 options I already had to pick between was a Melly and a Dogwoo here. A Dogwoo is a dog poo. Let me tell you now, 32 years old, Nigerian. To be fair, on paper it looks like he should be a reasonably good player, and he is going to be on the bench, so maybe he'll be able to prove me wrong, but yeah, he's got 1 goal so far this season, and I just can't bring myself to start him. Now, I'll be honest, in the wide areas, we're not blessed with options. Aladdin here, not Aladdin, Aladdin, I will get that. I'm definitely going to call him Aladdin by accident. We might as well nickname him now. This guy here is going to be the backup wide player. He's actually very well-rounded, but not the quickest. But the players that we do have to start are rapid. Rahman is the first. Ignore the fact he's got 1 jumping reach. For this level, he is a quick individual with some really good crossing, which I'm hoping we can make use of. And on the right-hand side, we've got Biswas, who, he has no dribbling, no finishing, a little bit of a first touch, and to be honest, the only reason I like him is because he can run fast. He's left-footed. I am going to play him, I think, on the right wing this year, just to help him cut in on that foot. I'm not sure what the best role for him is in reality. Of all the positions in the team, wide attacking mid and striker are the 2 areas I look at and think, we're going to have to do something about that in the summer. And by the summer, I just mean the off-season. Obviously, it'd be the summer if we were managing in England. Bangladesh's off-season is between October and December. It hurts my brain, believe me. In terms of team instructions, I'm not going to make it complicated here. Fairly narrow for shape. We're going to look to play a high tempo short passing, looking to use those wider areas where we do have the pacey players. In transition, counter press and counter, looking to roll it out from our goalie as well. I want us to hold on to the ball. And out of possession, we are just going to play high and press high. Look, our defense is very good. They should be good at pressing and winning back the ball well. We have superior quality because our team has this big reputation, has a media prediction of first. Teams are naturally going to play more defensive against us. we've got to try and force errors and get on the front foot against them. Speaking of which, that does bring me on nicely to today's opening game. Dhaka City is the first match we will be doing in charge. On Monday, we are going to have the cup semi-final we're in, a cup final if we get there, and the end of season kind of shebang and celebration. Hopefully that celebration might involve a trophy lift. That would be like the dream start here. As already mentioned though, Hussein is injured today, which means Babu is going to have to play at fullback. Babu is both our backup left back and probably first choice centre back on the bench, which is a bit concerning when he's got 2 jumping reach. And if you were wondering, with Hussein injured, Jack, who's going to be the left back / centre back option on the bench? Well, it's going to be Addons who's the option. I only have 2 left backs in the team, so if Babu could avoid getting injured, that would be good. Mark has to be given a squad number. What number? Number 10. He's playing in the number 10 role. It just makes sense. Now, I did have a look at Dhaka City. They've lost their last 3 games in the row. So despite the fact we're away from home, I'm hoping we can play on the front foot. Obviously, I've already kind of bigged up Mark. I'm hoping he is going to be the solution of an attacking option for this team, an option that this team has sorely lacked. Maybe an opportunity for him to get some kind of personal accolades as well while we're in Bangladesh. Mark is going to dink it wide to Rahman and also now get into the box. We play it to Zonny, who shoots. Zonny scores. He's the defensive midfielder. If you were going to say who's going to score the first goal, I wouldn't have said him. Rahman in the wide area, a good pacey option in that part of the pitch. He lays it inside. Zonny shoots. Zonny scores in off the post. I'm playing him as a ball-winning midfielder. I did not realise ball-winning midfielders would get that high up the pitch. This is a team that has been criminally underperforming. We have a great defence. I'm hoping that we're going to kind of be able to continue that trend of defending well whilst also building a foundation going forward. I'm expecting us to win this game comfortably, if I'm being honest. I feel like, given the quality, given my quality, we should be winning. Mark's got a sensational assist, and Rahman, who turned provider, has now turned goal scorer. I don't know what they were doing defensively, to be fair. This reminds me of what we were witnessing in Singapore. There's just a soupiness to certain leagues you play in Football Manager where formations seem to not exist. I mean, we're 20 minutes into this game. We are 2 goals to the good. This is like the performance of a team that could win the league. Admittedly, the team we're playing are in 10th, but don't let that ruin things. We look competent. Rahman, Mark shoots over. I don't know how he's missed the target there. He might have missed the target. The resulting goal kick is immediately another replay. Dhaka City are one of the weaker teams in Bangladesh. I was looking at stuff like the salaries across the league. The top 4 teams in Bangladesh are way ahead of everyone else. So, yeah, there is a big 4 in Bangladesh. Dhaka are not one of the big 4. We are meant to be one of the big 4, although we've not been big this year. But in terms of this performance, it does feel like the performance of a team that are favourites. Mark has picked up the ball in the middle. He's going to dink it towards Biswas. Great little touch. He lays it back. Zonny. Rahman tries to shoot. Why is he shooting? He lays it wide. Babu. Oh my word. I mean, that's the left back who's the backup left back. And that's a finish. I am just checking it. He's got 2 finishing and 3 long shots. I mean, let's be honest. He shoots here. And that is not a 2 shooting finish, is it? That was a great finish. I love it. We've had such a good start to this game. For a team that was only averaging a goal a match, we're looking dangerous, although they have just hit the woodwork there. Do I need to be worried? I mean, look, we're 3-0 up. That is only their 2nd shot of the game, and it wasn't on target. I think things are fine. But this is Football Manager, isn't it? Mark, free kick, dinks it. Babu has scored another. He's the left back. He's the... Oh, okay, it's offside. Never mind. They're ruining my fun. I was getting well hyped for Babu. Granted, there is just another replay immediately. There's been a lot of highlights in this half so far. I feel like we are putting them under pressure, forcing turnovers, and just getting the ball forward. Our XG is now at 1.9. Could we get it past 2 before the end of the half? Babu, who's been running the show, is going to lay it back to Mia here. Now Agayi for us. De Santos, the Cape Verdean, Badshah, Biswas. Trying to get used to all the new names here. There's some fun names to say in this team. Dos Santos to Zonny. Mia now with the ball. Dinks it forward. Mark is under it. Can Mark get there? Can Mark get there? He nearly did. He's hit the woodwork and it's gone out for a throw-in. Half-time in this game. Got to be happy with that, really, haven't I? Okay, into this second half we go. Pressure is on us. I feel like, to just keep this going. I would love to keep a clean sheet. They did hit the woodwork, so that's going to keep us sharp. And while they are on the attack immediately here, Frisch shoots, is blocked away. Agayi, the Iranian, wins it. And now, well, we're trying to get it forward. I'll level with you. Ameli up front, he's not inspired me so far. He's got 14 finishing. He's got great off-the-ball composure. He doesn't have any physicals of note, really. And without throwing him under the bus as the lone striker, I've been a little underwhelmed, shall we say. That might be kind of playing it down. Knowing my luck, he's about to score an absolute screamer. If he wants to do that, I would love it. Ameli, have a shot. Why not? He plays it forward to Babu. The left back's forward again. What is he doing? Rafiki Babu, or Rafikul Babu. Who is this bloke? Suddenly I'm questioning, do I need to play Babu in every game? Is Babu the next Kaka? I don't know. But Kaka, Babu, it's not even similar, is it? I should have gone with Bebe. I'm trying to think of footballers that have names a bit like Babu. But Babu's just having an absolute party today. I didn't even realise this. They actually signed him from Hacker City for this season. He'd only played one game before today. He's now got 2 goals against his former club. Right, Mark's over the free kick. Mark has come into the club and we're just giving him every set piece, apparently. Mark, what can you do? He shoots. That one does go over. I'll be honest, I really don't like my options on the bench, but it also feels like it'd probably be foolish not to try some of them. We'll try Akram Ahmed. He's another one of these players using a foreign player spot. Not sure why this is a good option for one of your foreign player slots, but apparently the previous manager thought it was. Babu is on a booking, but I feel like I've just got to keep him on. You know what, Ameli, let's take you off. Let's bring in a Dogwoo, and we will see what he can do. Yeah, I've been a bit critical of him, have I? I called him a dog poo earlier. He's a real player as well. I'm just being really rude. Maybe he'll score and shut me up. There's 15 minutes left. They're on the attack. Should I be worried? Whip back post to Santos, doing the heading thing well. He didn't stop that one, though. Chetrim scores a banger. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we'll hope that that goal there is merely a consolation. Bit annoying that we haven't kept a clean sheet, but given the nature of that goal, I'm not sure I can be too mad. A Dogwoo, dropping deep as the deep line forward, plays it wide. Mark has just dinked the keeper. Why do I feel like Mark's going to have a lovely time in Bangladesh? A Dogwoo forward, Biswas. The deep line forward drops deep. The shadow striker goes ahead and then just does that. Fair enough, mate. I think before I came to the club, the team had 16 goals all season. We've got 5 goals in this game here. If we get another, we're going to have more than 25% of the team's goals in a single game. Rahman's bringing it forward. There are options in the middle. Mark's there. Mark scores. It's 6-1. Is Mark going to get the golden boot next year? That's what I'm wondering. How do you reckon the locals feel? This kind of Singaporean striker who scored against Bangladesh on the international stage once upon a time turns up with his dad, arrives at the team that's basically the PSG of Bangladesh, but not recently. He immediately starts scoring a load, and somehow corruptly he was allowed to be registered mid-season. I feel like there could be some serious questions raised. I'm not going to question them. Hassan's on the attack. They've scored. It's 6-2. What is Bangladesh? I'll tell you what, there's been some great goals in this game here. Hassan's finish is sublime. I'm still going to claim that Mark's chip was better. That was very satisfying to watch. Okay, 3 minutes to the end of this game. Are they going to come and go? They are going to come and go. This game is going to finish rather convincingly a win. Mark with 2 goals and an assist. And, is this the beginning of Mark just dominating Bangladesh? It could be. We're up to 7th. Mark the space in top form. Look how happy he is. Let's give him some praise. Now, in terms of the league season, there is, 7 games left of the season. I believe, I'm going to check here real quick. I believe the top 3, pending the winner of the Federation Cup. Who won it? Okay, the winner was Sheikh Russell KC. Oh, okay, they're the team down in 10th. So in that case, only top 2 get continental football. We're 10 points behind Fortis. We have got a game in hand on them. Could we catch them with 7 games left? It feels unlikely. I think the primary focus this season is going to be to try and go far in the Independence Cup. We have got a game against Brothers Union in the semi-final. That game is a month away. That game is what we're coming back for to kick off the week next time out. If we win that game, we're also doing the final. So get down below, hit subscribe if you're new here, hit the notification bell so you get notified about when that episode drops. And yeah, prepare for that. If we just look at the salaries per year, you can see there is really a clear big 4 in Bangladesh, at least when it comes to the wages. Brothers Union, Sheikh Russell and Abahani are the teams to be aware of. Granted, right now, it's none of those teams at the top of the table, so nothing makes sense. In fact, the team who are currently top of the league had a media prediction of second. They are spending £1,500 a week on their wages. I can't help but feel like I should probably be poaching loads of players this off-season if I can. Now, I will say with these Journey Manager videos, whenever I move club, I feel like there's this nervousness around changing teams, changing scene. So if you have enjoyed things today, do go down below, like I mentioned earlier. Leave a like. It helps feed the video into the algorithm. Let us know you're still enjoying things too. Besides all of that, have a lovely rest of your day. We're back next week with more action. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm out.